Welcome back. It is the end of week 2 for this lean bulk. I've just weighed in at 87.8 kilograms. Really happy with the progress of how my weight is still going up, but I'm still relatively lean. So I've significantly increased the calories in my diet this week. We're sitting at over 4,000 calories, over 300 grams of protein, and still eating a very healthy, non-processed diet. Make sure you stick around because I'm giving you a full insight into all the meals I've been consuming throughout the day. So this morning we have our pre-workout meal, which is relatively light. We've just got some corn thins here with some cottage cheese, some homemade tomato relish, thank you mum, and some spinach just for health reasons. Add spinach to anything and it literally just makes it healthy. Getting in some fast acting carbohydrates through the sugars in the relish. And then obviously we want to get protein in as quickly as we can throughout the day because that's what's going to be able to build and repair our muscle tissues after we work out. This meal is only about 240 calories, nice and light, but it's got over 20 grams of protein to kickstart that metabolism. So I'm going to eat this pre-workout meal, finish my energy drink before walking to the gym. Whoever thinks Australia is warm needs to come down to Melbourne this morning. It's freaking freezing. And we've had floods here as well, so I've actually had like torrential rain. I'm just going to enjoy my energy drink in the nice serenity of a Sunday morning walk where there's not a single person awake but me. Now, a lot of people say, you have a homemade energy drink every single morning, all that pre-workout, all those chemicals and that bullshit, that's so unhealthy for you. Yet the exact same people would have been smashing 15 drinks last night at the pub and probably spent all their money on nose beers. Choose your poison, man. For me, pre-workout, I enjoy the taste, gets me in the zone when I'm in the gym. I've already done my 6 main workouts for the week. I mean, a lot of people take Sunday as a rest day. Personally, I love the gym so much, half the time just for the mental benefits rather than the physical. Got the whole gym to myself because it's 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning and ain't anybody else out here trying to carry these boats. Sunday fun day, some leg work. Even though I trained legs yesterday and my legs are killing me, gonna hit some upper chest because that's the weak point that I'm trying to focus on for this whole bulk. And then might even throw some juicy shoulders at the end to get a bit of those Death Star delts for the pump reveal. First exercise is some machine hip thrusts. Try and get those glutes nice and warm. Not a lot of guys actually do this exercise. Most people think it's a chick's exercise trying to get big glutes and that juicy peach, but in terms of being able to load the glutes and increase the strength on your main movements like deadlift and squat, I think it's a great way to isolate them. You can go extremely heavy without having to worry about actually fucking up your back or getting an injury, so would recommend. Now my legs may be lanky and skinny, but actually work my way up to doing the full stack of 10 reps, so I'm gonna have to start getting into some single leg extensions soon, which should be nice and juicy. I'm gonna do 4 sets of these leg extensions, 10 reps, really squeeze out the muscle and try and get those quads nice and activated. And I like to do all the leg work at the start of my Sundays because I find it most fatiguing. You know how it is, get the hardest work done first. Let's get it. I'm probably going to superset these with some hip abduction and adductions just because I'm trying to get these legs done so I can start working on this juicy chest. Now, like pretty much every guy in the gym, I used to think this machine was literally only for women. However, a few years ago when I was playing Australian rules football, I actually tore the inside of my groin. As you can probably guess, tearing your groin is not a fun scenario. So pretty much since then, I've never neglected the hip abduction and adduction. I like to just do higher reps of these, slow and controlled, and I'll superset the adduction, try and pump out around 30 reps. You seen that video of that woman like squeezing the watermelon with her thighs? Every single time I do this exercise, it's all I can think about.
Oh! Wow! Wowee!
That is...
Wowee! We won't shake your hand and say well done.
Wow. Now I like to warm the chest up with either a machine pec deck or a cable fly, just to pump some blood into it and hit it in that stretch position. Today I'm going to do some cable fly 21s, so we can hit the chest at 3 different angles and really stretch it out to warm it up before our main pressing movements. Let's do it. We got 7 reps of low cable flies, 7 reps of mid cable flies, and then 7 reps of high cable flies. So the main chest exercise today is incline dumbbell press. I haven't done flat dumbbell press literally for 6 months, just because I'm working on that upper chest. My lower chest is underdeveloped, so just gonna try and smash out 10 reps and then see how we feel for 4 sets.
Security of parent custody time limits. As a reminder, please always store your valuables safely.
Now I prefer dumbbell chest press over barbell chest press because I feel like it puts less strain on my shoulders, and also it prevents you from overcompensating with your stronger arm, so you can evenly work the chest on both sides. Now I've already put a lot of volume into the chest this week, since I've already done 2 push days, and now this is just my Sunday where I'm just working my weak point. So I'm not too worried about absolutely getting heaps of volume in today. For my last chest exercise, I'm just doing some slow and light incline Smith machine press. And what I'm really doing here is I'm trying to improve my mind muscle connection between this upper middle part of the chest. I'm just going to do nice, slow, controlled reps and focus on squeezing this upper part of the chest together. First shoulder exercise, we're going to work the side delts with some Egyptian lateral raises. I honestly have zero idea why they're called Egyptian lateral raises, but probably my favorite side delt exercise, so we can warm up those shoulders before we do our final movement of the day. It's going to be a shoulder press. Now the final exercise for Sunday Fun Day is going to be respecting the absolute goat of the sport, which is the Arnold press.
Quack.
Yeah, Arnold. Our last 4 sets of the whole entire week. Let's get it.
I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym, I'm getting the feeling of coming at home, I'm getting the feeling of coming backstage when I pump up, when I pose out in front of 5,000 people.
Okay, let's get a physique update in. Okay, we're officially 2 weeks into the lean bulk, nearly 2 kilograms heavier. My weight in is 87.8 kilograms today, and it's been 5 weeks since I've been overseas, so I'm 5 weeks into my program, nearly 3 kilos heavier than when I first got back from my solo backpacking adventure around the world. So after this Sunday fun day, let's see what we're working with. Let's start with a breath hold to get some vascularity happening. So as you can see, I'm still maintaining an extremely lean physique. So the negative thing about being 6'5" is if I put on a kilogram of muscle, then it disperses across my whole lengthy frame. So you can't really tell the difference that much compared to someone that's 5'5". When they put on a kilogram of muscle, it looks like they've actually jumped on the roids and are looking jacked ass. However, there's always two sides to every coin. And the benefit is, as I start to bulk, I'm still looking extremely lean, because the same thing with muscle, once I put on fat, it also evenly distributes around my whole lengthy frame, and I can still maintain a good aesthetic physique while I'm lean bulking. So I've definitely put on some body fat. However, like, look at those abs, looking chunky as. You can still see striations. Personally, I tend to store a lot of fat here in my lower back and also on my hamstrings. My midsection is able to stay relatively lean. Now, obviously worked on some upper chest today. Did a chest pose. Happy with how the chest is coming along, starting to really develop that shape, getting a more even distribution of muscle mass. As I said, I'm trying to stack on some mass right here in the upper chest. My triceps stay extremely lean, even when I start to put on body fat, so they're still looking like a nice juicy croissant. Didn't train any back or biceps today. Been doing a bit of swimming as well, so that's going to help train the lats and accentuate the lats a bit further. To the back pose to see what the back's looking like. I can't tell what the back's looking like, but I'll have a look at it when I get home. And see, hopefully the back's still looking lean, trying to get that nice V taper, that Dorito shape. Can't forget the legs. Huge focus point for my physique, as I have very long, lanky legs. I'm trying to stack on mass there, so with my quads, still staying relatively lean. Definitely lost some striations, but you can still see some great quad separation here, so keep working on that. And then the calves, that's a very awkward pose, but anyway, overall, very happy with how the physique's progressing. Been absolutely jacking up the calories throughout the day, which I'm going to show you now. This full post-workout meal is just over 700 calories and 70 grams of protein. The main goal for my post-workout meal, firstly, is to replace my glycogen stores. Since I trained for over 2 hours, my glycogen stores are going to be quite depleted by the end of my workout. So I've got the carbs and the protein ice cream, and then a bit of pineapple hot sauce here and the vegetables to replenish those carbohydrate stores. And then secondly, we want to get a bucket load of protein in. Since we work so hard to break down those muscle fibers during our workout, we need to make sure we have enough protein straight into our system so we can start to repair those muscles and start the muscle protein synthesis process. So that's the post-workout meal. If you want to know how to make this protein ice cream, then keep watching the video, because my final meal of the day is dessert, which is over 1,500 calories. You're not going to want to miss that. So it's lunchtime and I've just whipped myself up a lovely chicken salad. Now this is jam-packed with over 75 grams of protein, which is mainly coming from the chicken breast. Now I'll cook up a bunch of chicken breasts at the start of the week in the air fryer, sprinkle on a little bit of Moroccan herbs and spices, and then I'll store it in the fridge to have for lunch throughout the week. Now I've also got some cottage cheese in this salad, which you know is my favorite way to sneak in a little bit of extra protein. And I've got avocado, which provides those healthy fats, and also it's quite a caloric dense food. It's also jam-packed with different colored fruits and vegetables like tomatoes, carrots, capsicum, and lettuce, which is going to help me hit my micronutrient goals for the day and not only just focusing on my macros. Now this meal is quite low carbs, since I tend to find that carbs make me feel sluggish and a little bit tired, so I try and stack them to the later part of the day, especially before dinner and also dessert, which will help me sleep safe and sound. So I'm going to tuck into this meal. I'm also going to salt the absolute fuck out of it because I sweat a lot, so I think salt gets a bad rap. I like to put a lot of salt in my food, and I'll see you for dinner time. Dinner is served, and tonight we are having a tuna steak with some sweet potato fries and some cauliflower. I actually prefer salmon most of the time, but I run out of salmon, so tuna is a great substitute. I try and have fish at least once a day, so I don't have fish for lunch. Like today I had chicken for lunch. I try and have fish for dinner. You get all those omega-3 fatty acids, which are really essential for your diet. And then this meal is just under 800 calories and 45 grams of protein. It's got a lot more carbs. We've got the sweet potato fries, which are perfect, slow digesting and healthy carbohydrate. It'll allow my carbs to digest over the night, and then I'll wake up super refreshed and carved up for my workout tomorrow. And I've also made myself a little sauce here, which has just a natural Greek yogurt and some sweet chili sauce, which is going to be perfect. Now, each day I've been consuming roughly 300 grams of protein, which some people may say is overkill, since the general rule of thumb is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. My goal is to hit 220 pounds. They would be saying that 300 grams is a little bit too much. However, not all protein sources have a full amino acid profile and therefore don't have a full protein efficiency. For example, these sweet potato fries have about 6 grams of protein. However, it's not a complete whole protein source, so your body can't actually use it as efficiently as, for example, the tuna or a chicken breast when it comes to using that protein to rebuild your muscles. Therefore, I'd definitely rather overshoot protein. I'm a huge believer in everyone should be eating super high protein diets. And the worst comes to worst, if you overshoot your protein, you're literally just going to spit it out. There's no negative side effects. So I'm going to tuck into this lovely dinner, but do not miss out because I'm about to show you how to make the best protein ice cream dessert, which is going to be over 1,500 calories and over 70 grams of protein that literally tastes so good that you can smash down multiple bowls of it. And it's just the most palatable, delicious food, which is perfect for your healthy bulking diet. So I'll see you at dessert. I'm going to enjoy this meal. So there we have it, the final meal of the day, and my favorite thing to eat in the whole entire world is this ginormous anabolic bowl of protein ice cream with granola, peanut butter, and fruit. Tonight I have a raspberry ice cream, and the ice cream itself is just over 500 calories, 50 grams of protein, and then the rest added with the granola and the peanut butter and the fruit makes it a whopping 1,600 calories and over 90 grams of protein. I mean, look at this bowl. This is the easiest thing to eat because it's so sweet, so delicious, the most palatable, healthy, low processed meal that you can have. I mean, the ice cream is literally just yogurt, fruit, and protein powder. The granola is all low sugar. And then the number one bulking food, if you struggle to get down calories, is peanut butter. 1 spoonful of peanut butter is over 130 calories. If you're struggling to get in calories, just grab a carrot, even eat it with the spoon out of the jar, and you can easily stack on 300, 400, 500 calories at the end of your day just by having some spoonfuls of peanut butter or putting it on your cereal like I do myself. So I'm gonna tuck into this meal. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoy the full day of eating and just the weekly updates. If you have any questions, any comments about my training, nutrition, diet, or my progress, then leave it down below in the comment section and I'll get back to every single person. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.